In SketchUp, A is the shortcut for arc. Notice the symbol that appears next to the pencil icon. It indicates which part of the arc you're meant to draw. Right now I'll select the start point. Next it's the end point. And finally it's the bulge distance. Pay special attention to the inferences. If I click here, the arc would come out of the red-green plane and go up like an arch. If I click over here, it would lay flat in the red-green plane. After the arc is created, I have a chance to set two different parameters, the bulge and the number of segments. Right now the measurements toolbar says bulge, so if I type in a value, that's what I'm setting. Let's try 12 feet. It makes the arc a little more shallow. The number of segments is set by typing a number followed by the letter S. I'll type 3S, return, and we have a highly segmented arch, more like a blocky set of three lines that come together like a polygon. I'll type 12S to make it smoother. It's not so important right now when we're just drawing a single arc, but the number of segments becomes very critical later when you start working with larger files. Of course, you always have the opportunity to select an arc after the fact and set the number of segments or the radius later, but you can't set the tangency. That's something that has to be created as you draw the arc. You can move arcs into another plane, but they essentially remain a two-dimensional object defined by 3 points. We'll get into Bezier splines later, and they allow you to create true three-dimensional curves. There are two other useful ways to draw arcs that are available in a Ruby script. I'll go to Preferences and load the extension. Arcs was written by Didier Boer. Two new tools are loaded onto the Draw menu, 3-point and center and 2-point. I'll do a 3-point arc. The interface to this Ruby script is a bit different than the SketchUp arc command, and you just have to read what it says down here. First point, second point, third point. You then can choose whether you want to make an arc or a circle. Arcs are portions of circles. And here's the number of segments. OK. In some situations, it might be helpful to draw an arc starting from its center point, for example, with a door swing. I'm just going to do this symbolically. There's our door, and then I'll draw the arc from its center point, its start point, and its end point.